Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we'll be looking at Novak Djokovic vs. Roger. What is going on in your mind right now? Which team are you in, team? There are only two players who have won 9 or more Grand Slams. One of them is named Roger, the other Novak Djokovic. The Swiss maestro has 20, while the Serbian is chasing him with 19. So point no. One goes to the Swiss maestro, Noel, or Team Fed. Let us know in the comments below. In the meantime, let's look at the facts. But then head-to-head, it's a different story. Well, Novak comes from behind to defeat Rafael Nadal in the 2012 Australian Open final. Then we have to go back to 2006. Roger beats Marat Safin in the Australian Open final to win his first major. Novak beats Andy Murray in the 2030 Wimbledon final to win his first. Roger plays an epic 5-set final against Andy Murray at Wimbledon in 2012 to successfully defend his title. Novak is 4-2-0 in US Open finals and Roger is 4-2-1. Both are 3-2-0 in the finals of the ATP final. This is another tough one to call, so we'll leave it at a 2-2-2 draw. It was against Garani. Roger was the dark horse. Not many people gave him a chance. But do you remember the final? But also, he cried because he didn't want it to win. He wanted more time on center court. Well, Roger went on to win 8 Wimbledon titles. And if not for the pandemic, we think he would have added a 9th to his collection. Well, it was an epic encounter. Garan won the first set. He's playing some of his best tennis right now. He introduced many families to the world's greatest sport. Roger Federer is already a legend. Novak Djokovic may join him soon. Please let us know in the comment section below. But we're pretty sure that wherever they finish their careers, both players will go down in history as legends. To watch the full video, check the link in the description. Once again, who is your GOAT? Roger Federer or Novak Djokovic? Please let us know in the comments section below. We have no doubt that Novak will keep chasing the great man from Bob, and we're pretty sure that Roger knows that Novak is gunning for him. Roger won the second and third sets, only to lose the fourth. Tiebreak the 5th set, Goran Ivanisevic, 1-6-2-2. He also beat Leighton Hewitt in the final at the same station in 2007, who ends up as no one. And we mean the greatest of all time. Well, it's close, really close. But we think the edge goes to Roger. Why? Because of his longevity, because of the grace, because of the elegance, because of the sportsmanship, and yes, because he popularized tennis. Novak leads the way with 27 wins against just 23 losses. While Novak had the return of the serve and that aggressive baseline game, Roger had this elegance about his game. He could hit winners from anywhere on the court. It seemed like he never got tired. And also, he had a great feel for the game. Novak has been fined several times for hitting a ball or racket in frustration. Remember, it's unsportsmanlike conduct. Roger has also been fined for unsportsmanlike conduct. But this happened only once. The time was in 2008 when he said, quote, "You suck," to a spectator. Well, this is kind of a hard one to judge. Roger has always been seen as the epitome of sportsmanship. He's a role model both on and off the court. This one's pretty easy, and it goes to Roger. We'll give it to Roger, but just barely. 2-1. That means that when these two go head-to-head, it's probably going to be Novak who will be coming out victorious. But the majority of tennis fans would agree that if not for Roger, tennis would not be where it is today. Novak agrees with that statement. Novak says without Roger, tennis wouldn't be the same. Point number 2 goes to Novak. But then, well, there was grace and there was aggression. In fact, you could argue that Novak is the greatest hard-court player ever. On clay, though, it's an easy choice. Rafael Nadal. But Roger, well, he played his best tennis on grass. If we had to pick just one surface, then we think Roger edges out Novak. but this is such a close call. We'll give it a 2-2-2 draw. And then there's the fan base. Oh my God, the diehard fans. They scream and they shout and they get right behind their play. So moving on to point no 4, which is consistency. Novak takes it hands down. Just take a look at these numbers. Novak has been top 10 for 354 weeks. Roger, well, he was top 10 for 310 weeks. Novak has been number 1 for 367 weeks. Roger, well, he was 1 for 289 weeks. Which player can play better on hard courts? Well, that's easy, Novak. Before we move on, please support us by subscribing to our channel. Now, let's talk about big match moments. Who has more of them? And then there's Novak defeating Rafael Nadal in the 2019 Wimbledon final, winning his first Wimbledon title. Both players have 9-2 records in finals. Both are 7-3 in Australian Open finals. Both are 6-2 at Wimbledon. Let's talk about sportsmanship. Well, here's what we all know. Then there was that infamous Cincinnati Masters final in 2011, when Novak refused to shake hands with the umpire after losing a controversial match against Rafael Nadal. Okay, now it's time for the most important question. We remember watching the 2001 Wimbledon final when Roger made it to his first final at the station. Roger was distraught. He fell on his knees and cried. He cried because he lost. What about Novak? Well, he has 3 Wimbledon titles, and he has said that he wants a 4th. And why not? Roger Federer has inspired a generation of tennis players. Now, we want to hear from you. What do you think? Did we get it right? Who is your GOAT? And while you're at it, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you won't miss any of our videos.